With anyone who knows about the situation, you may be wondering, what did he do now? Well, let me get this out of the way first. Nothing. At least not that I've seen. But with all of the drama out of the way and dust finally being settled, I want to take a look back in retrospect and see how the Yandere Dev hate train has started training. And all of that drama falls into the one glorious world of game development. Game development. An area of work that I have only one short year of experience in. And in that time I've learned how to make lights flash on an LED board and how to make a janky Pong ripoff. So yeah, I'm basically an expert. Totally in the position to critique someone else's coding skills, such as a true gamer does. But my expertise aside, you probably wonder if Yandere Simulators Reputation can be salvaged since that's the title of the video. Well, let me be straight with you. No, probably not. But let me explain. It's a very complicated topic, so stick with me here. It all started when a mommy dev and daddy dev loved each other very much. They decided to mail in a letter to the storks to bring in a baby. Then, after a while, they realized that was a stupid story told to children, and they're not children, mommy dev chanted, and they proceeded to have vicious sex. Sorry neighbors and anyone within a 5-mile radius, there'll be no sleep for you. The devs are trying to make a child. The battle was quick and fierce, and Daddy Dev showed them why they call him Daddy. But, oh no! Something terrible's wrong. Daddy Dev's chemical X spilled, and his recessive incel gene came out, plaguing Mommy Dev's womb with the deep musk of Mountain Dew and Doritos, coddling the fetus with a Samus body pillow. Then out came Yandere Dev, but we're not talking about his life story, we're talking about his terrible reputation. So follow me down the rabbit hole and watch me as I figure out one of life's greatest questions. No, not if Susan's gonna take you back. Of course she isn't. We're going to answer the question of if Yandere Simulators Reputation can be salvaged. I truly believe that the Yandere genre of gaming is cursed. There are multiple instances of devs in the said game genre just having a terrible time, and that's an understatement. Whether it's the case of astronomically high hype that the game will slay the Goliath that is Yandere Simulator, beheading it in front of a crowd of roaring fans and taking its place on the throne of Yandere, or the developer having many skeletons in their closet that soon fell out, or even Yandere Dev allegedly scaring them off from their projects. The genre hasn't been dealt the best hand or hands in this situation. That includes Yandev, who had a lot of shit put on him throughout the 6 years that he's been developing this game. Years of him gaining thousands and thousands of dollars on his Patreon for the main part of the game, that being the first rival, Osana, to be implemented officially on August 31st of this year, and for the game to officially be called a demo in that same time. I have to say that's pretty ridiculous no matter how long ago it was. Productivity has been the biggest issue and critiqued for Yandere Dev, and that's weird coming from someone who's not very productive himself. But I'm not making money doing this. Definitely not from my supporters, and that's really where the problems lie. But I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? There are probably a couple of people watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about, and that may be a problem. So let me give you a quick rundown before I continue. The term yandere is a Japanese term that is mainly used in weeb shit. It can be translated correctly, but I'd rather give you a quick breath definition instead. Yandere is a part of the long line of deres, such as the tsundere. It's just as popular sister of deres, which is mean and kicky, but loves you a lot, girl. Then there's the kudere, which is a cynical and emotionless, but caring girl. Then comes the dere, the basic bitch. But one of the most popular is the yandere, the murderous crazy type that'll kill anyone who will look in their love interest's direction. They are the very definition of cock and ball torture, and they wear that badge with pride. They wear it, very pridefully. Step on me, mommy. And in retrospect, you may also wonder who this Yandere Dev guy is also. Well, let me fill you in on that as well, with what I'd like to call an epic yontage of Dev. Hit it!
Drop it. Yeah.
After seeing all of that, you can see the kind of guy we're dealing with here. Alex Mahan, the Yandev man, is a top-tier incel. And that's coming from a mid to low-tier incel, depending on who you talk to. And many of his actions really do show the neckbeard and fedora-wearing Reddit user that many people poke fun at, like his need to have some kind of panty mechanic in the game. The crazy-ass shit that he has going on in his Twitch.
Did you just try to insinuate that you're going to be grabbing my jiggly jello marshmallows? No!
What is this? And an entire debunking section on the official Yandere Simulator website, where he denies almost every claim that has been made about him. Yandere Dev is a bad programmer. No. Yandere Dev blocks and bans people for criticism. No. Yandere Dev kills Midori, a character in the game, because he hates his fans, and Midori represents his fans. No. I honestly can't say if most of these claims are true. Most of them are vague enough to be he said, she said, instead of a 100% surefire claim. I don't know what Alex does with his life, but the whole page is not a good look at all. There is also his very poor responses to criticism and competition, the big question of where the money from his Patreon is actually going, and possible pedophilia. Repeat, possible. I have no real clue if it's true. This is all on a document I will put in the description. It's not 100% up to date anymore, but I feel it still holds true for most of the stuff put in it. Though it is alleged, in the case of the game's reputation, I think that holds a big part on if people would want to play or support the creator. But one of the biggest things is if the game will ever be finished. There are supposed to be 10 rivals in Yandere Simulator. 10. It's been 6 whole years of development, and he only has 1. And there are supposed to be 10. The game officially became a demo 4 months ago, and there's supposed to be 10 rivals. It's surprising that he expects people to pay him money for this kind of productivity. And to think that this would have been done if the contract with Tiny Build was able to survive longer than it did, which wasn't very long. And the game would probably run better too, but that's not really for me to say. But all of that brings us to the question asked at the beginning. Can Yandere Simulators' reputation be salvaged? Well, it depends. Come on! You should have seen this from the beginning! I'm not the guy who tells people what they can and cannot do with their time and money. That's stupid! Look, my point here is, it's up to you to see if the game is worth supporting. I honestly don't like it, but I want it to be good. I don't want to wish ill will on Yandere Dev or anything, unless it's proven that he is a pedophile. But I just feel like he's had so many chances and he didn't take any of them. And it also depends on if you're willing to separate art from the artist, and if you're willing to call this game art. Play the game yourself if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. If you think that Yandere Dev did some unforgivable things, that's fair. There's a lot of shit he's done that's terrible. But if he just fucking spends his time learning to code better and working on this game and not banning people on his Discord, buying a subreddit so he can control the posts made on it, and responding to every little thing said about him, then I think this game could make a big comeback, and I could come back to it and see if there's an improvement. And if there is, cool. If there isn't, I think this would be the longest letdown of my life. I honestly don't think this game will come out within this decade, so all of this remains to be seen, and it may be for a long while. But if Yandere Simulators Reputation can be salvaged, then it's in Yandere Dev's hands to do it. Thanks for watching this video and supporting the crap out of me. And sorry for those who I may have worried for being gone so long without an explanation. Stuff's been crazy and I took a lot of time off. I should have at least said something, but I'm alive as you can see. I can't really promise that this won't happen again. My productivity and passion has really crumbled many times throughout this break and year. And again, I'm sorry about that. But looking past this, thank you guys for supporting me. We're almost at 1,500 subscribers at the moment, and that's completely insane. I never really expected to make it this far. It kind of gives me a lot of anxiety to think that so many people actually like what I make. Sorry for the rambling. Thanks for the ever-growing support, the worries, and the comments. If you liked the video, give it a like. And if you like what I do, feel free to subscribe. Follow my Twitch at BigNameyBoi, I stream sometimes, and my Twitter at NameRedacted01. With the shameless plugs out of the way, that's it for me. This is Name Redacted, saying thanks one last time, and signing out.